Let's talk diet, shall we? You see, I'm under the conclusion that we should be doing restrictive diets or eliminatory diets. Why? I'm going to tell you. You see, health is divided in three categories. It's not only physical health. Who cares about dying with good organs? Nobody. But you want your mobility to be good. You want to have strength. You want to climb the stairs without any problem with your knees. You want to have great clarity of mind, and you want to be great emotionally. You want to be satisfied with your life. Yeah, that's right. You want to feel content. You want to feel well. And you might be thinking, what does diet have to do with that? And why would restricting it of all the things would help? I'm going to tell you. You see, something as simple as cheat meals feeds unfriendly gut bacteria, which leads to undesirable emotional, mental, and physical health. Unfriendly gut bacteria feeds your emotional frustration, feeds your mental cloudiness, feeds your physical disability, your aching knees. And so, if you do a cheat meal diet, basically, which is today called very healthy plant-based diet, you see, most people are doing a plant-based diet. Pastries, bread, pasta, rice, little cakes, whatever. These are plants. Rice is a plant, potato is a plant, peanuts and cashews are plants, and basically these are some of the worst you can put in your body, along with tomatoes and ketchups and all these things. This barely feeds your body. This creates inflammation all over and creates gut permeability, which leads to a whole bunch of food sensitivities or intolerances. So why would restricting it help? I mean, plant-based is a restrictive diet, for example, vegan, if we go all the way this, but it goes all the way into inflammation and gut permeability. You want to go all the way to a place where this does not exist. This is just a thought of the past, a memory. You see, the carnivore diet, from my personal experience and from so many testimonies online, nurtures the body. That's right. We can go to all these theories that say, oh, it's because of this compound or that compound, it's because it's high protein or whatever. But the tales that people tell you doing the carnivore diet is that they heal, they lose weight, they feel better. People who have problems with gut permeability end up having it restored. And thus, I have no problem whatsoever telling you that it fixes everything related to your emotional health, to your mental health, and your physical health. Or you might have some physical, some problem. You can your harm can go above this. Carnivore will fix it. Oh, you have some mental disability, some mental health problem, whatever. Carnivore diet will fix. Oh, you have some emotional problems. You need to go to the, like I did, to your therapist or whatever, or hypnotherapist or a psychologist. Carnivore diet will fix. If you do a properly develop carnivore diet, this will be perfect. You will be Christ living. You will feel like Buddha. You will be well. I myself was highly revolted for many years of my life. And yeah, I was doing this for sure. All the time. And I was doing a heavily Mediterranean diet, but with a lot of cheating and a lot of potatoes and peanuts and cashews and rice and pastries and chocolates and whatnot. And that led to undesirable these three things. And now I'm doing this and it leads to the fixing of this. I feel like another person. And many testimonials you can find online of people they just are not the same anymore. OCD is gone, any sort of obsession, any sort of maniac tendencies, any sort of depression is gone if you do it properly. Why do I call the word properly? You see, if you go buy meat to the butcher, if it's fresh, it's perfect. You should base your carnivore diet on ruminant fresh meat, because if it's not fresh, if it's aged, you might get an histamine intolerance or buildup, and it leads to problems. And you might actually feel undesirable consequences, especially here. But if it's fresh, perfect. But once you go outside the butcher and you start buying packaged meats and fishes and eggs and whatnot, they typically are not 100% animal. You see, bacon, for example. If you just buy the bacon piece of meat from the butcher and then you smoke it at home, for example, you dry it or whatever, how you would do it, that, then it's 100% meat. And then a little bit of the smoke and salt or whatever. But if you buy packaged bacon, sometimes it's like only 70% bacon. And all of the preservatives and additives and colorings and flavorings, all the things that they add. For example, ground beef, either put in patties or in balls or just plain ground beef. If you buy it from the butcher, it's 100% beef. But if you buy it from the supermarket, very often those packaged ground beefs have potato in them, potato starch. They have some whatever soy component, which is one of the most inflammatory foods on the planet, and it is, like corn, genetically modified, and for good reasons, good reasons, from those who want the best from you, for us. And you see, it has preservatives, colorings, all this other crap. So butcher is the best. If you know where the animal has grown, if it has eaten mostly grass or whatever that animal is supposed to eat, it's perfect. Species appropriate diet. Those that have animals eat their species appropriate diet, and you yourself eat your species appropriate diet. This is a theory, for sure. This is words, they mean nothing. So don't take my word, don't take the words of people that are saying, oh, this is what we evolved eating. This is all theories, this is all words, this means absolutely zero. But if you try and you properly do, and everybody, including me, will tell you, the first month, possibly less, some people more, is to put in the trash. But after you climb the fog, you will never feel the same. Emotional, mental, physical. There are hiccups. Sometimes you might go to a restaurant and you eat some beef and it adds some whatever seasoning and you don't feel so great afterwards. But if you stick to this, especially, for example, the lion diet that Michaela Peterson so well describes, and she has made a whole website and the social networks around, is the best of the best around here and will leave you the best of the best. Some people I now can, after healing with the lion diet, I can eat some chicken once in a while, I can eat some pork once in a while, but I don't abuse it, because I know the most nurturing food I can eat is fatty, ruminant meat. Ruminant! Yeah, that's right. This is the best of the best. And while I'm here, I just gonna give you the conclusion I take is that cheat meals leads to not only that day of uneasiness, but days of uneasiness, because that's right, it fed unfriendly bacteria and they will be there for some days until they die off. That's why transitioning the first days of carnivore diet for the vast majority of people that are coming from this is, like I said, to put in the trash. Why? Because your unfriendly gut bacteria are screaming from the top or from the bottom of your body, from the gut, because they want that pastry, that pasta, that rice, those peanuts, and you're not giving them, and you shouldn't. But after the crisis passed, like a kid who you don't feed a chocolate, which is caffeine. We shouldn't give that to kids. After you leave that addiction pass, they will stabilize. Their emotional and mental and physical health will stabilize. So don't worry if an addict who is doing some rehab feels uneasy during the transition. Keto flu, there are many names and you can check it out, but see the testimonials and try for yourself. Never take words as truth. Always test things for yourself and make sure you do fresh meats. Carnivore diet leads to days, years of ease. Your life will not be as easy as ever. Carnivore diet doesn't put money in your pocket. It might if you do a business around it. But it will sure fix everything around this tree. Everything we consider, oh, it's just your feelings. No, feelings, just like Jesus or whoever that was said, don't worry about what you put in your mouth, worry what you put in your heart. But he should have added, whoever wrote that, whatever you put in your mouth changes what you feel in your heart. That's right. And so, don't forget that. This is if you compare it to exercise, which is wonderful, if you compare it to stopping smoking, if you compare it to any sort of healthy endeavor, this by far will make the biggest change in this tree. Things that were told to you that were unfixable, that you will live like this forever, might not be true. And in most cases, there is some fix over here. The wife of Dr. Jordan Peterson had a physical problem for 40 years, and after carnivore diet, it healed. 40 years. So she thought there was no fix. A bunch of people who are told they should be taking psychiatric drugs for all their lives, carnivore diet fixes, and they no longer depend and don't even need to take them anymore. Emotional frustrations, any sort of feelings, carnivore diet fixes. Again, don't take my word for it. If this video was somehow helpful to you, leaving a like would be very helpful to me, and I appreciate if you do so. Also, if you know somebody who can benefit from this, somebody who might be having some challenges around those, please send them the video. And if you want to check more content just like this, subscribe to my channel. There are plenty of videos already there, and there will be plenty more around body, sometimes around mind, and even once in a while about home. Thank you.